What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is the show where I dissect, digest, and defecate opinions on the weekly football. We got Game Week 4 Premier League preview for you right here, right now. And the only place to start is Man United against Newcastle. The return of the Don. Cristiano Ronaldo is back in Manchester, back at Old Trafford. And my God, it promises to be tasty. Now, I know in the video I made about his return, I said a lot of things. I talked a big game. And to be fair, I was drunk with joy. But now, having had a couple weeks to reflect back on it, I stand with everything. We are going to dominate this league with Cristiano Ronaldo at the helm. This guy is going to bring so much to the team. Now, I know I talked about it briefly, but this guy's work rate, his mental strength, his leadership is going to affect everybody on this team. And all these young players, everybody is talking like, oh, how's it going to affect Rashford's development? How's it going to affect Greenwood's development? It's going to make them superstars. They're going to be learning from the best of the humans. It's one thing playing with Lionel Messi and being like, oh my God, this guy's talent. How do I even match up to that? But then you look at Ronaldo and see what it takes. The dedication, the effort, the training to be the best. And that's what they're going to pick up, man. Everybody's going to have to raise their game a couple of notches. This is going to be great for the whole team. I don't care what you say about CDMs and non-CDMs. I don't give a shit. This is going to be great. Steve Bruce's Newcastle coming up. Callum Wilson injured. Ryan Fraser injured. So it is the perfect scene. And I believe that United will play this formation. David De Gea in goal. Obviously, Varane, Maguire, centre-back partnership with Lukito Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the wing-back positions. I went for Donny van de Beek, thinking of Fred is banned, along with the rest of the Brazilian players. Considering, who else is it? Fabinho, Alisson, Thiago Silva. Who else? Who else? Gabby Jesus. And Fred. Richarlison. Not allowed to play. But I have just read that this has been revoked. FIFA is allowing these players to participate. And none of this 5-day suspension. So it might be Fred going in for Donny van de Beek, but considering how much talk there has been about Donny van de Beek from Solskjaer, from Van de Beek himself, from his agent across the international break, I think this might be the time that Donny gets his chance in that number 6 position. It's just how I feel, and I really hope that we go through with this. Pogba and Bruno, obviously the start, and the front line, I've gone for Cristiano Ronaldo starting. I know Ali said, oh, he'll probably participate, but he's going to start. I think there is no way you bring this guy off the bench and start Martial. You could start Eddie Cavani, but I think Ronaldo is a surefire starter. You got Sancho and Greenwood on the wings. Now, Sancho did have an injury during the international break, which is why he did not play for England. So that could affect Martial, obviously. Finally broke his scoring duct and scored for France, although it was kind of a shithouse goal, but sometimes, hey, that's all you need. And he did get minutes. I think he played 80 minutes, and then in the last game, 90 minutes game before that, and he came on as a sub in the first game. So minutes under the belt, it's good. It's good for him. And like I said, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser out of the team. I think that gives us a great chance of keeping a clean sheet and securing the victory. Obviously, Alan Saint-Maximin will be the main danger man. So, Wan-Bissaka, you've got your plate full. It's going to be a lot of work for you. But if anybody can do the defensive side of the business, it is him. The best 1v1 defender in the Premier League at the moment. Don't at me. Because he is. He just is. And I know people say like, oh, I don't know, he's not really great in terms of attacking. Well, fuck you. Defensive side of it is good enough. Gary Neville was not the greatest attacker, but he was solid defensively. Aaron Wan-Bissaka just needs to figure out when to do the right things, when to create the overlaps, and focus more on that versus crossing and all that other shit that he's not good at. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And elsewhere in the Premier League, you got a big clash. Leicester taking on Man City. The Foxes in fine form. And they are the scourge of Man City in a certain sense. And I expect them to just sneak a victory here. I think it just will happen. Because obviously they've made some fantastic signings. Great recruitment over the summer. And they finished the transfer deadline day with Ademola Lookman added to their front line, which is great stuff, honestly. How big of an influence will he be? That remains to be seen. But obviously Harvey Barnes hasn't had a great start to the season, so he might come in. We might see Patson Daka come in from the beginning. And these types of players will give Man City a lot of trouble, which is why I expect the likes of Kyle Walker to be starting this game, along with Cancelo maybe on the left back position. It's tough, because, okay, Pep doesn't have a striker. He didn't get his striker, but he has Ferran Torres. And if Gabby Jesus is available for selection as well, they do still have quite a decent attacking lineup with the likes of Grealish as well. Kevin De Bruyne back to fitness. It's going to be an interesting game, and it's probably the most anticipated match of the weekend. I mean, definitely a clash of the heavyweights. It's one that I would like to watch, but sorry, Ronnie's making his debut again. And elsewhere, you got Chelsea Aston Villa Saturday, 12:30 kickoff UK time. Chelsea, I mean, they've been in fantastic form. They've in the game against Liverpool, sure they were a man down, but they still looked like the most likely team to win the game. And I expect them to, no offense, Aston Villa, but I expect them to batter you. At least a 3-0. At least. Bare minimum. They're just too good. Unfortunately. And, Lukaku, he was a bit of a doubt, but I think he will definitely start. You got the likes of Mason Mount coming back. You got Conte coming back into the team. Thiago Silva should be allowed to play, although they don't need him, man. Andreas Christensen, fantastic. Reece James out. That could be a big miss, but they do still have the likes of Cesar Azpilicueta who can cover. Not to mention Trevoh. Trevoh is the business, and I expect him to play this game as well. It's going to be interesting because Aston Villa might be without Buendia. I mean, that whole debacle in the South American World Cup qualifiers, he was one of the players getting arrested, which is, I don't know, man. The whole thing is bullshit if you ask me, because the guys were there for 3 days. 3 whole days. And then you decide to stop it once they go onto the pitch. That makes no sense. The guy is on TV playing in England. You couldn't check the footage? Check live score, man. You would say he was in the lineups. He was definitely in England. Stupid stuff. But losing a player like Buendia potentially could make a big difference for Aston Villa. And I just don't see them. Chelsea will have too much for them no matter who's missing. And of course, Liverpool play against Leeds. One of the most exciting fixtures of last season, obviously. I expect Liverpool to win this. Again, I mean, I'm hoping my boy Daniel James has a fantastic debut and puts the Scousers to the sword. But that's not going to happen. Liverpool, at the moment, too good. The whole Alisson, Fabinho being able to play would make a big difference. I think if they were missing, I would give Leeds more of a chance. But seeing as they will likely be allowed to participate in these games, then they should have no problem whatsoever. Liverpool so far, they've started well. I mean, you can't say they've played bad. They had a good opening 2 games, won both of them, and then the draw with Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, it was at Anfield. Chelsea were a man down. Something does seem to be missing with Liverpool here. I'm not saying they have any major crisis or even problems at the moment, really. But there does seem to be something missing. I don't know what it is. I'm not really sure what's going on behind the scenes, but I don't know. I just get this feeling that there is dissension among the ranks. I watch them and, like, yeah, they play nice football, all of that. But there's just that, I don't know. Like 2 years ago when they won the league, you knew from the season before that, oh my God, this is something special unfolding. And I kind of just see that slowly dying down over the past 2 years. Last season, obviously they had a lot of injuries. This year, no injuries yet, but they are missing something. I don't think they had a great transfer window. And that could potentially affect them. But we move on to Arsenal against Norwich. Arsenal finally have most of their players back in shape. Nobody's injured, which is great stuff, honestly. Great stuff for them. Thomas Partey coming back into the team. Gabriel back into the team. You got Aubameyang back as well. And I expect them to start kicking on from this point on. Obviously, they have a great record against Norwich in the past. They've scored 3 goals in 6 of their last 7 games against Norwich, which is a good sign. And given that they have an easy enough spell of games, you would expect them to look at this as an opportunity to kick on. Tomiyasu is expected to make his debut as well. You can expect Odegaard to start. This could be the time. This could be the time to look forward and think, all right, forget everything that's happened. It's time to kick on. Put it all behind us. Let's just get a dub. Steady the ship. Because if Arteta doesn't win this, then it's curtains, I feel. Enough is enough. The fans will not be having it whatsoever. And elsewhere around the league, you got a few interesting games. I wouldn't say anything necessarily too special, but we're going to have a quick look at them. You've got Crystal Palace hosting Spurs to start us off. Should be an interesting game. I expect Spurs to win this, no problem, though. Obviously, Crystal Palace improved in their last game. You got Gallagher scoring 2 goals, which is nice for them. But, Harry came back, Son in the form he's in. I just don't see Crystal Palace posing a real challenge. Brentford against Brighton, interesting clash as well. Not going to watch it, But I expect Brighton to just edge them, maybe with a 2-1 win. Nothing special. Southampton against West Ham. I'm backing the Hammers to hammer the Saints because, they've just been fantastic, haven't they? Adding Kurt Zouma into the defense as well is going to strengthen them, no doubt about it. Pablo Fornals, Benrahma, and Mikel Antonio leading the attack brilliantly so far, and I expect that to continue. I don't know who can stop Antonio, as far as I know. Watford against Wolves. Wolves will be looking to secure their first win of the season. It hasn't been great so far. They haven't played badly at all, really, but still ended up losing 1-0 in all of their 3 games. Maybe this is time to kick on. I expect Jimenez to finally score. I expect Adama Traore to be on fire. And Hwang Hee-chan could make his Wolves debut, which would be pretty exciting, I think. He was good at Salzburg. Salzburg, they do produce some decent players, even if you think like the likes of Erling Haaland play there, Sadio Mane. I'm pretty sure Naby Keita had a spell there. So, could be interesting stuff. One to keep an eye on. Obviously, we've said Liverpool, Leeds, and finally we got Everton, Burnley. Everton, I mean, if they have Richarlison back, and obviously they just signed Solomon Rondon on deadline day, which is a great signing in my opinion. I'm a big fan of Solomon Rondon. What a beast. And he fits them to a T. They're a team who likes getting crosses into the box. If Calvert-Lewin is injured, then I expect him to start, and I expect him to have a good game. He's a top player. And also Demarai Gray, great start to the season. And, I mean, he is a problem. He is a problem for any defense in the league. And with that, that is the end of the Premier League preview. But I've got a little something extra for you. A little teaser, huh? What do you know? Bonus content. That's what we do. Yeah. Well, I am going to talk to you about Fantasy Premier League. Oh, the FPL. The dreaded FPL. You see, I've always wanted to do well in the Fantasy Premier League. I don't like the official PL game. I'm sorry. I just don't enjoy it. You know what I miss? I miss the days of the Yahoo Fantasy Premier League. Now that shit was tight. Because first of all, you got to do unlimited transfers every week. Change your team to focus on the game week, which I thought was great stuff. Because you could do crazy shit like, oh, you know what? I got a feeling Darren Fletcher is going to score. I'm going to stick him in. And he does score. Players are rewarded for things like clearances, interceptions, tackles, fouls won, corners won, winning a header in the box, successful crosses. All these stats just add so much more fun to the game. I don't like the FPL game because it's simply focused on goals, assists, clean sheets. Where's the fucking fun in that, man? It's so limited. And it's just not worth it, really. But you know what? I'm a scrub. I'm a slave for it, so I do be playing it nonetheless. And I'm going to show you guys my team because this weekend I have some big decisions to make. So this is my current squad, the squadron. Wait, before I show you the squadron, this is how I did last week. Got 61 points, which is decent, you know. It has good stuff. Captaining Antonio was a clever move, you know. Before that, done really well. 81 points. Fantastic stuff. And started off with a banger of 109 points. That Bruno captaincy. Now that's what I'm talking about. But I think the time has come. With Ronaldo coming into the fray, it is time to drop that wild card. And therefore, I'm going to show you how the fuck I am going to be planning out my team. First of all, the defense. I'm sorry, Tsimikas, Amarte, your time has come. It is over. Leeds, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ailing. Sorry, Harrison, but you are gone. Bruno Fernandes, my hero, the love of my life. It is time to go. Lucas Moura, get the fuck out of my team. Brandon Rama can stay. Armstrong, sorry man. Ings, get out. And that is the foundation of what we will be starting with. So first things first, I am going to add Duffy to the team because you know what, I have backed Sanchez in goal. I want to give him a little something extra on the side, and I know that their run of fixtures is still decent. I mean, Leicester is going to be a tough game, but otherwise, until they reach game week 9, I think they're safe. So I'm going to keep Duffy and Sanchez in the squad for now. In defense, I am also looking at... Who am I looking at? Reguilon is an option, but I don't really want to go with it, to be honest. I would like to have some sort of Chelsea player because I think Chelsea will just get clean sheets. But, you know, Tottenham, Man City next, this is where I worry. Game week 7 is when I'll definitely jump on Chelsea. I'm keeping Luke Shaw because he's got Ronaldo to aim at now. He's got Harry Maguire. He's got Paul Pogba. He's got also, what's his name? Rafael Varane. So all these options, you know, they're threats in the box. And if he's taking corners and free kicks, you'd want to keep him. You'd want to keep him. Spurs, yeah. I mean, Palace, sure, but going forward, it's not going to be great. City do have a couple of difficult games coming up, but I think I might have to come back to the defense because there's things that we should focus on. First of all, I need to get I need to get Ronaldo in there. Yeah, add that. Look at that bad boy. Let's go. And we still got 35 mil. 35 mil. So to start, I'm going to go with a cheeky Dennis. Because Watford do have a good run of games coming up. Wolves, Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds, even Liverpool. I think they can score against all those teams. So having Dennis in there is a decent shout. I know that I should be kind of looking at Sarr. I don't know, man. I just feel Dennis is more likely to contribute than Sarr is. Nothing against Sarr. Great player. But Dennis is where it's at. In addition, I'm going to go with Ferran Torres because 7.1. Hey, can't go wrong with it, right? Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with it. And next to him in midfield, I am going to go for a cheeky Demarai Gray, 5.6. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. It's almost a freebie. Almost. And I want to get Son in, but I don't know whether he's playing or not. Greenwood is a good shout as well. He has been on fire, but we don't know what's going to happen. Chelsea, the likes of Mason Mount, it's good. It's good. But Paul Pogba. How can I say no to Paul Pogba with his 5 assists already? I'll tell you how. Because I am going to go with Mason Mount. He is clutch in that Chelsea team. Guaranteed starter. He's on set pieces. He creates tons of chances. And when you've got Lukaku up front, I just feel like you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong with having him in the team. And finally, for the defense. Man City defense is worth a shout. But I'm going to go with... you want to have Cresswell, right? But you can't. You know what? This is one I've been meaning to get into the team. Kieran Tierney. And I know what you're thinking. Arsenal? We're backing Arsenal now? Yes, we are. Look at their run of games. Norwich, Burnley, Spurs, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Villa, Leicester, Watford. Now, I know that Arsenal have been pretty shit. It's a dire start. But with players coming back, even the likes of Gabriel, Thomas Partey, they should look more solid. Nobody has created more chances than this guy right here, Kieran Tierney. I believe he's created 7. He's high on the ICT index. I think it's a good shout, man. I think it's a good fucking shout. Which means the last player going into this team. Oh, we'd have to be watching the budget. Hey, Jensen, I've been thinking about Pontus, but I don't know. I'm not back in Brentford just yet, Reguilon is one I've been looking at. They do have Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle. It's a decent run of games, Tottenham could be a team to look at. Eric Dier has been doing decent, and he would save me some money. Tyrone Mings has been strangely effective, but you look at this run of games, he is not in my thoughts just yet. So I feel like the best thing we can do here is focus on that Chelsea defense. And I'm going to say, Christensen, get into my club. Because why not? Why not? This gives us an option for rotation. I'm not touching Alexander-Arnold because, I could take him off to make, I would save a lot of money. And I would be able to maybe afford a Son or someone like that. But like I said, Tottenham's next few games are going to be a little bit tricky. Arsenal, Chelsea after Crystal Palace plus Villa. I'm going to hold off. So this is what I am going to go with. I'm going to make the transfers. But first, I'm going to play the wild card. Make sure we are not paying nothing for any of these. And that will take us to this page where we now have to decide who our starting 11 is going to be. Luke Shaw, guaranteed starter. Sanchez, guaranteed starter. Tierney, I think he should start since it's Norwich. And Trent, obviously starting. Benrahma, I feel like this game is going to be a little difficult for him. So I'm going to bring on Le Maison Mount. And Salah, Leeds, Torres. I mean, this is where it gets tough because I want to get some Duffy in there. I want to. But who do you take out? Who do you take out? I'm going to say Ferran Torres just for this game week. Just for this game week. And yeah, it's going to have to be Ferran. Yeah. It's going to have to be. I mean, I don't want to because Leicester have been leaking. You know, Sioncho hasn't been doing great. But I think this is the team to go with. Last things last. Ronaldo, captain. Hat-trick incoming. I'm sorry, Bruno. Boom! Safe team. And that is all from me today, guys. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments what you think of this lineup. Was I stupid to use my wild card now? Or did I do the right thing? Like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys probably Monday. I'm going to be doing a review of the upcoming game week. And also a preview, a little sneaky look at what's coming up in the Champions League next week. Have a great day. Peace.